Hey everyone, Mario here, otherwise known as Y2M on the interwebs, and welcome to another edition of the Reboot Review. So a few days ago on Wednesday the 19th, a bunch of comics that I wanted came out for the New 52. This time around I got 7 comics, and I decided to split the reviews into 2 videos, just so I have enough time to cover everything. Alright, let's get right to it. And let's begin with Supergirl number 2. So I have to say, it's a pretty solid storyline, and it's pretty much more exposition, and also it explains a few more things about Kara Zor-El. The confrontation with her cousin is anything but warm and cuddly. It's actually a bit of a throwdown between the two, and it plays off rather well. However, for those of you that are looking for some high-octane action and speedy plot, don't look for it here. I have to say, I was able to forgive Supergirl in the first issue because of the slow pace. Here, I'm not so sure. I really think things could have been resolved a little bit faster, but the storyline was solid, and the way the issue ended made me want more. So, you live to see another month, Supergirl. Can't wait for issue 3. Alright, next up, Wonder Woman number 2. I am pleasantly surprised by how Wonder Woman is playing out. So obviously the Greek mythology is very much heavily placed in the Wonder Woman comic, and we have a continuation of what happened in the first issue. Well, Diana has caught in an interesting situation, basically dealing with knocked up women. That's pretty much what it is. I'm not going to mince words about it. I mean, we get to see Hera, we get to see some other goddesses, we get to see Paradise Island and the New 52's take on it, including Queen Hippolyta, which I think that's how it's pronounced. I like how things are playing out. I like how we get a retelling of Wonder Woman's origin, followed by the curveball twist that deals with Wonder Woman's origin at the end of the issue. Well, unless you've read the article, this is going to be a bit of a surprise for you. This is a solid comic. I got to tell you, it took me a while to get used to Cliff Chiang's artwork, but considering the tone and the feel for the story of this Wonder Woman run, it works rather well, and can't wait to see how things play out in issue 3. Alright, next up, Birds of Prey number 2. Well, I got to tell you, I'm thoroughly impressed with Birds of Prey. Obviously, in the old run, things were pretty awesome, but it also included, you know, Barbara Gordon as Oracle, who was basically the heart and soul of the team. Here, because of how Barbara is in the New 52, obviously we won't be seeing Oracle at any point anytime soon. It seems like right now the one who's the center of the team is Dinah Laurel Lance, aka Black Canary. So far, so good as far as how the action and the banter is concerned. However, the storyline's a bit thin. The plot, still don't know who's trying to kill them. Still don't know why. Still don't know why the interest in the Birds of Prey. In fact, we don't know anything about anybody, really. That's kind of my only gripe about the Birds of Prey run so far. It's like, yes, we're getting good stories in these issues. Yep, the artwork is solid. Yes, it's pretty well written, but there's no backstory at all for anybody, and eventually that's going to be a problem. The introduction of the new character Katana is rather interesting. I'm not familiar with her, so reading about her in the comic was rather interesting experience, and by interesting I think she might be a little cuckoo, but that's okay. Don't question the deadly Asian chick. The ending of the issue is rather interesting to say the least. A bit of a eyebrow raiser. That's not a real term, I know. In terms of who ends up joining the team at the end, their 4th member, if you will. Can't wait to see how that plays out. However, backstory. We need some in the next few issues. Like, really bad. Especially for the villains. How about a little backstory about them as to why they're hounding these chicks? That's all I'm saying. But hey, the issue overall is pretty solid, and I love how things are playing out so far, so I'll hold on till issue 3 and see what happens. Alright, Green Lantern Corps, number 2. Well, I gotta tell you, judging by the cover, stuff is hitting the fan for the Green Lantern Corps. Guy Gardner and John Stewart's team of Lanterns is in an interesting situation, and by interesting, I mean, oh crap, they're in huge trouble. This issue is basically a Noel Horowitz Bard issue, and what I mean by that is that people are going to die, violence will be shown, and an enemy that can resist the green power rings is a dangerous enemy indeed. We know that they have a personal vendetta against the Green Lanterns, we just don't know why yet. Hopefully, we'll find out the full details of that in the issues to come, but how things played out in this issue, wow, it's intense, it was crazy. It had action, it had stressful moments, it had a good ending that turned out to be a fake ending because the real twist happened a couple more pages ahead. Definitely a good hook for issue 3. I am enjoying all the characters. I'm enjoying Guy and John, which, once again, are not my favorite human lanterns by any stretch of the imagination. So for Peter Tomasi to have written these guys and the story so damn well, this truly is an interesting sight to behold, along with the artwork, obviously. Great solid issue. Not much more to say. I suggest you pick this up. In fact, just about every Green Lantern type book is awesome. I recommend picking them all up if you're a fan of the Lanterns. Well, that does it for now. Make sure to check out the second installment of this week's reviews. I got a few more left and they're real doozy. Alright guys, I'll see you around. Y2M out.